Hi, hello, my name is Ash. Welcome to my little slice of the internet. This is where I'm going to be talking about all things books, book reviews, book hauls, bookish things. Today's video is actually going to be the 25 books that I plan on reading in 2025. Now, my reading goal for this year is 200. I had the same goal last year. I did not necessarily hit my 200 mark. I was short by less than 20 books. It is what it is. I'm sitting around 20-ish books read already for the year. I have a ton of physical books on my TBR, and I figured pull out 25. These are ones I want to read, and hopefully I can get through them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with these 25 books. A lot of these may be part of a series, in which case I do plan on reading the entire series. I just pulled out the first book or second book if I already started the series. First book is gonna be Sign Here by Claudia Lux. I don't know anything about this book. I bought it forever ago. I need to read it. I've already read The Dare, and I've been dying to get into The Losers, so I have The Losers Part 1 and Part 2. This is the first book. I really need to get jump started in reading this. This one is actually an older book, and it's actually not even my copy. This is my husband's copy. This is his Frankenstein series, and it's book 1, The Prodigal Son. There are 5 books in this series. I have been wanting to read this because I am a big Dean Koontz fan, or at least I used to be, and I really wanted to get back into this. I have a ton of Dean Koontz books I still have to read. But my husband said that he really liked this when he read this in, God, was it high school? College? Something like that. So I am excited to delve into this. Electric Idol from Katee Robert. This is book 2 in her Dark Olympus series. I read the first one quite a while ago. Actually, when I started getting into reading again, I picked up Neon Gods, and I have all the books in the series, and I just need to really get into reading it again. A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher. I have read, I think, 1 other book from her, and I really enjoyed it. Maybe 2. Did I read 2? I don't remember. The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle Jensen. I have heard great things about this series. I know all the books aren't out yet in this new reprint of it, but I love the cover of this. I only read 1 other book by her, and it was A Fate Inked in Blood, and I really enjoyed that one. I'm really looking forward to A Curse Carved in Bone, but I figure why not try another series. A Study in Drowning by Reid. At this point, I have not read anything from this author. I've heard good things about this book. Can't exactly tell you what it's about, but I bought this forever ago. It's high time I read it. Likewise, with this one, this is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I have heard great things about this. It is a duet. I have both books, and it's supposed to have a really interesting magic system. I have high hopes for this. I have high hopes. How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. I have picked up several of this author's books, and I have yet to read one. So I just grabbed one at random and was like, you know what? I have to finally read this. I am terrified to read this book. Anything from Jennifer Hartmann, I'm terrified to read. This is still beating. I have heard that it will destroy you emotionally. I think that's what people said. This will destroy you, but it is so good, according to other people. And when I hear a book is supposed to destroy me emotionally, I have to mentally prepare myself to read it. And I bought this forever ago, and I'm still not mentally prepared for it. So Not Meant to Be by Meghan Quinn. This is book 2 in the Kane Brothers series, and I read the first one last year, and I really enjoyed it. I've been meaning to pick up the series again and read it because I want to get also into her Bridesmaid series. A Novel Love Story from Ashely Poston. Is it Poston? Something like that. I don't know too much about this book. I have only read The Dead Romantics by this author, and I love that one. It made me cry so much, but I really enjoyed it, and I have high hopes that I will really like this one. I still need to read The 7-Year Slip, but I really want to read this one because I actually really love the cover of this. This series is such a daunting series because there's 20 plus books in here, and they're not thin. This is book 1 in the Zodiac Academy series by Caroline Peckham and Susanne Valenti. I could be saying those names completely wrong, but I have heard nothing but great things about this series. I'm just terrified of starting it. Another series I have heard great things about, this is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I have book 1, 2, and 3. I have the holiday novella, and I have Once Upon a Broken Heart. Haven't read a single one of these, but like I said, I've heard nothing but great things about this series. Next up is The Neighbor Favor by Christina Forrest. I bought this book forever ago on Book Outlet, and I just haven't picked it up yet. I've heard good things about it though, so I'm excited to start it. This one is from Heather Fawcett. This is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. This is another book that I've heard great things for, and I just haven't picked it up. I don't know why I buy so many books, and then I just don't read them. But I love the edges on this. Song of the Salmon by J.F. Dubois. This is a sequel to A God in the Shed. I read A God in the Shed, I want to say in 2023. I really enjoyed that book. It was kind of creepy. There was sort of like a cliffhanger at the end that led to this book, and this I believe takes place just right after that book ended. So I'm excited to see if this one's as creepy as the first one. This is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. This is from Chris of Broadbent. This is an entire series. I have both books for the duet and the novella that's in the middle, and there is a third book to this, but I believe it follows a different couple. It's a different duet, but it's all within the same like world, I believe. This has vampires and trials, and it just sounds like something I would absolutely love. So I need to read this, finally. Next up is Ninth House from Leigh Bardugo. Apparently this was her adult debut novel. I own several of her books. Have not read a single one. Might as well start with this one. The Curse from Harper L. Woods. This is book 2 from The Coven. I read The Coven forever ago. Absolutely loved it. Have the special editions of both books, and I have been wanting to read the second one and I just haven't. I'm kind of scared because I've heard this one doesn't live up to the first one as much, but I still kind of have high hopes. We'll see if they get crushed. I've never read anything from Emily Henry either, and this is Beach Read. I figure why not start with one of her books. I don't know if there's like a correct order to reading them, but I just grabbed one. If I need to like change it around, I'll just pick one Emily Henry book to start off and see how I feel about it. Flock from Kate Stewart. I have heard mixed things about this one. I think it's spicy and sad, and it's like a polyamorous couple, maybe. I don't know too much about it, but I do have this entire series, so I really just want to get into my series and like try to knock out like a lot of books. The Foxglove King from Hannah Whitten. This is book 1 in this trilogy. The second book is The Hemlock Queen, and I don't know what the third one is called, but I only read 2 books from her, and it was the Wilderwood duet. I really like that one. I have high hopes for this one. Like I said, I do have the second book, and when the third book comes out in paperback, I will pick that up. But this one also has like the torn edges. Love that. I read the Chestnut Spring series at the beginning of last year, and I've been wanting to get into more LC Silver, so I picked up the, what is this one? The Gold Rush Ranch. This is book 1 in the series. I believe there's 4 books, and I think I have all of them, so I'm excited to jump into this series. I do love a small town cowboy romance. I love it. And then the last one is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I believe this is the first book in the series. I have been a huge fan of Lucy Score. I'm so excited for her new series that she has coming out, and I am just excited for all of her launches. I have loved pretty much every single book I've read from her, so I have high hopes for this series, for all of her books in general. And yeah, that's my 25th book. So there is my 25 books for 2025. Will I actually get through all these? Who knows? And maybe come December I'll do an update where I look back at this video and see if I read anything. But yeah, that is what I plan on reading this year, plus a lot more. I'm trying to read as much of my physical TBR as possible. I have about 400 books. Excessive, I know. I want to read at least 100 physical copies. More would be better, but I'll start with 100. So I think that covers everything. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said in my first video, bear with me as I kind of get used to doing book content on YouTube, and I am just so excited to be able to create content on this platform. So all of my book socials will be listed down below, along with all of my makeup socials. But once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day or night whenever you're watching this. Happy reading, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!